some people might be sitting here watching this and saying, like, she looks super familiar. Like this, I know her from somewhere that they just can't figure it out. Maybe it was Invest Fest, maybe some other summit, or maybe it was reality TV. So let's talk about the reality TV situation. What you learned from it, how it might have helped or hindered your brand.
That's true.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
I did a TV show. It was a dating show. And when I shot it, it was actually supposed to be on I think it's supposed to be on VH1. I don't remember. I just remember that my friend Tam, she's from Atlanta, one of my good homegirls from college. And we from Atlanta for real. Like, when you know each other, you don't really have to go to the same high school to know people, right? In Atlanta. You you kind of like have some of the same friends and then you just kind of intertwine. And she calls me up and the two questions, mind you, this was right around when I was hosting Revolt. So she's like, two questions. Are you dating and are you vaccinated? And I'm like, girl, like who asks questions like this? Like
two important questions
that are just so like, it's giving invasive. And so I was like, I'm vaccinated and I wasn't dating at the time. And so I think people were choosing to take, to be in that role of, yeah, we're seeing each other, but they weren't like understanding the value of having Paige Cherie standing beside you. And I think there was something that was in me that was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it to show them all. Like, you shoulda, coulda, woulda. And now all those things, wrong way to go into it. However, I also thought about my businesses and the things that of me as a personality, what I would want to do. So I think that was a 2021. Because I think you guys were like around when I was like, okay, you guys,
we saw you right before when you said you were about to do it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm about to sign, and y'all were like, so you're doing it, and I was like, no, I'm literally about to sign the paperwork. Like my lawyer is in here right now while I'm going on and off of stage for Revolt, and I was just like, I got advice from all different managers and friends, and they were like, it can't really hurt, and I just did it. And it was a great experience, 2 months, 3 months in Vancouver, being with the girls, we go in a hall. I found out we just go in a hall. I didn't have any clue what reality TV was, y'all. I really didn't. I barely watched TV, like especially reality TV growing up. And so I didn't know what to expect. And all I'm thinking about is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make sure I do what I need to do. I'm going in here as myself. And whatever happens, happens. And I had a good time. I did. I was very present. And I focused a lot. It didn't, obviously you walk in a room full of men and you're like, okay, what's tea? Like, what's going on here? Like, what are we doing? And then they're like, literally, we're going to set up dates and you guys are just going to go on them. And you're going to be seen in a light where you're supposed to. That is crazy. And so, yeah, I genuinely, I just like walked in and there was this guy there and I was like, okay, he was pretty, yeah, it was crazy. I have to cut that. And I walked in and this guy was just like looking at me and I was like, all right, I choose him. And like, it wasn't like I didn't go into the experience the way I would have with knowing what I know now, but I definitely never regret anything I do because I'm like, that was what it was supposed to be. I was supposed to learn something. I was supposed to grow. And MTV ended up being the one that put it out. I was literally in Ibiza with Janelle at the time, my friend. And I'm like, they're like 3 years later, we're about to put the show out. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I forgot all about that show. But I will say this. I know now that if I were to do anything with reality TV or film or anything ever again, it would need to be produced by me, or at least on the production team. And I would want to truthfully have a hand in what people get to see. Because I think the real is the most important part of reality. And people it's not as much, I think there are.
So you don't think you were fairly portrayed?
Oh, I mean, I'm a crier. So okay. I think, they showed me crying. I'm gonna cry. If anybody knows me out there, they know, hey, excuse me, Paige is gonna cry every time. And then I'm gonna get to the business. I'm gonna get down to everything I need to do.
Yeah.
And that's how it went. It was like, okay, y'all, I did a TV show. Everybody relax. Like, yeah, I know y'all are like, when did you do this? When did you have time? And it's like, yeah, I did it. And then now we're here and let's continue. Let's carry on.
So do you think that helped you?
I don't think it hindered. I think it was a moment in time that, like, in your 20s, what you can do. You can do things that you're like, I'm 30 now. I probably wouldn't do that. But like, I did it. I don't regret it. I'm
just asking.
I'm saying I don't think it helped nor hindered. I don't think it was an experience. And I think that's what I do things for. I experience life. I'm not choosing to do things for another person's like opinion on it. I'm just being. And then, if I make a decision that I'm like, I wouldn't do anymore, cool.